sorry for forgetting about your male wife. Jesus Christ. I'm being targeted for my exercising my free speech to be horny for my Yaimiko.
Long was the road, and treacherous the way. As we guarded our clients, many trials and tribulations did we endure. Are you mad at me for only returning to see you now?
How could I be? As clouds by morning, as rain by night, I dwell ever in the mountain sight. Though we could not meet, I thought of you every single day we were apart.
That's Eula's voice actor, I think.
Oh, May.
Hey there, Shenhe!
Huh. Oh, it's you. What brings you here?
Oh, she was just saying that we haven't been to Wanmin restaurant in a while. But we've got time today, so we decided to swing by for some lunch. Is Chef Mao not in today?
He's out buying some ingredients, so I'm looking after the store today.
You in deeper thought just a moment ago.
No, it's fine now. What would you like to eat? I can make it for you. I've learned quite a few things from Chef Mao while working here.
Oh, really? What can you cook then?
There's grilled tiger fish, Jueyun chili chicken.
Awesome! Those are some of our favorites.
Yes, I've noticed you ordered them during previous visits. Just wait a moment. Leave the cooking to me.
We'll help you out.
That's right! Paimon, the great gourmand and taster of countless delicacies, is here to give you some tips today. Let's go! Whoa, the veggies got chopped in a heartbeat. That's the traveler for ya.
Why aren't you doing anything, Paimon?
Hang on. Isn't the flame a bit too high? Oh, hey, Shenhe! Smoke's pouring out from beneath the stove!
No need to worry. Cryo incarnate!
Wait. Why'd you freeze over the stove, too? Huh? This tastes surprisingly good. The chili chicken's taken on a whole new texture after being flash frozen. Have we discovered a new dish by accident?
Don't try this at home, kids.
Delicious! Come try some, you two.
I'm glad it tastes good. Let's cook together again sometime.
Hello there. Are you open for business right now?
Oh, looks like more customers are starting to show up. Guess you should get back to work, Shenhe.
Yes, I'll go have a look.
Sunset Red Tours. You sure a name like that will bring in clients?
Well, you're here, aren't you?
Aw, come on. We can work on the name
Oh,
later.
it's a different thing.
What I'm telling you is that sending your elderly family out on tours is a thing youngsters do to show their filial piety nowadays, so they say. It's a business opportunity not to be missed. Sorry, could we order, please?
Could you tell me more about that tour group you mentioned earlier?
Are you interested in Sunset Red
Is
Tours?
she gonna send Xianyun on one?
Ahem. Good miss, our name is, in truth, Senior Joy Tours, the go-to choice for all filial young folks looking to treat their parents or grandparents.
Oh, Xianyun is getting drafted again.
Ah, yes. And here's the itinerary.
Love that. Oh, you. You should have spent your salary on a good meal for yourself, or saved it or something. To waste it on nothing is...
You are my closest kin, Master. According to the customs of mortals, I should demonstrate filial piety.
Xianyun? Shenhe, what are you two talking about?
Hello there, Xinyun. It has been a while indeed. Have you come all this way to visit one, then?
Oh, of course! Friendships need to be maintained from time to time, don't they? Also, Paimon overheard you talking about a good meal. Is there something Paimon should know about that?
We were not discussing food, Paimon. Master was simply giving me guidance just now. Many of the restaurant's younger customers have signed their parents up for the most popular tour group around. When I heard that their tours were designed specifically for seniors, I signed Master up as well. They're called Senior Joy Tours. Here, have a look at their pamphlet.
O'er mountains tall and rivers wide, come see Lila's wondrous sights. Accommodation at special guest suites, tasting authentic local delicacies, traveling in exclusive carriages. Wow, Paimon kinda wants to try this out too!
One had already travelled the length and breadth of this land long before the name Liyue came to be. What sights would there be to witness that one has not yet beheld?
Also, a trip this luxurious couldn't have been cheap, right?
It cost 3 months of her salary, and then some. And you didn't even think to confer with one before putting down the deposit either. Well, one shall have to act now, surely. I would gladly spend my entire salary if it would make you happy, Master. Oh, be silly. It is enough to have your devotion, Shenhe. But now that it's come to this, Shenhe, let us... Understood. I'll cancel the registration on your behalf, Master. Oh no, she wants to go. Huh? You're right, Master. I was too impulsive. The tour group manager was very convincing, but I'd rather listen to you, Master. I'll find him and cancel the registration as soon as possible.
Wait, haven't you paid the deposit already?
Right. Leaving the matter of getting the Mora back aside, it would be such a hassle. It's no trouble. The manager promised me that the cost would be refundable. I will try my best to negotiate with words, and if an altercation occurs, that will only make things easier. What? You... Forget it. Go, do what you must. The hour grows late. I shall return and cook for Shuyu.
Uh-oh. What do we do? She's mad for sure. Come on, we gotta think of something. Hey!
She won't stay angry for long, I'm sure. Master's angry? Why would that be? After that, is she still upset at how I spent my salary?
No, she's definitely not mad at you. Don't blame yourself, okay? But even though she said she didn't want to go, she's really proud of you anyway. You should have seen her smile while we were chatting. Any wider and it would have split her face in two. She's probably just disappointed because she was looking forward to this trip. And it went up in smoke.
So if we proceed as originally planned, she'll be fine? Is that what you mean?
What do you think, Traveler?
How about this? Let me design an exclusive custom itinerary for Xianyun instead.
An exclusive? Ooh, Paimon gets it! You're going to put together a travel itinerary tailored just for her, right? That sounds like a good plan! Nice one, Traveler! Oh, and what do you think, Shenhe?
You're the experienced one here. I trust your judgment.
Just leave it to us! She's the world-famous Traveler, after all, and Paimon's her super awesome guide. We'll come up with a trip that's up to Shenyun's standards for sure!
An Adeptus Abroad, the Great Pleasure Excursion. Let's go.
Yep, since she's seen all there is to see in Liyue already, let's take the opportunity to bring her to places further afield!
Fun.
We're spoiled for choice, though. Where should we recommend she go first?
Mondstadt, the city of wind and freedom.
Makes sense. That's where we started out too, after all. Mondstadt City, Star-Snatched Cliff, Windrise, and Sweet Madams! Oh, gotta jot everything down.
Is there anything I can help you with? Give this Mondstadt travel guide to Shen Yun. Oh, the one that Alice wrote. Understood. I will. Thank you, Paimon. And thank you, Harley. Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new, as buds in the spring. This is still an auspicious era for humanity.
Hey, Shen Yun! You're here after all!
Ah, it's you two.
You seem like you're in a good mood. Right? You're not angry anymore, are you?
Do you believe one to be so small-minded? One has already conferred with Shenhe, and indeed your selection has proved well considered. This is Starsnash Cliff, then, a name well given. The wind here differs from that of Mount Outsong, being more lively and carefree, yet it suits me still.
Oh, we're glad you like it. We would have felt awful if we made you spend all that effort climbing up here
She
only for
flew.
you not to enjoy yourself.
She flew, Bestie. Effort? One soars upon the wind, and sees all for leagues around. It was but trivial to seek this place. And were one to begin climbing from the foot of this cliff, 'twould have been but a short way up by winged foot. Hardly what one might call effort.
That's true. Paimon almost forgot that she's a big illuminated bird.
Why'd you say that so derogatory to Paimon? What insolence! One's ears are exceedingly sharp as well, thank you.
What Paimon means to say is that we're no match for your super duper adeptal powers. She can attest to that. It was a tough climb to the summit the first time we came here.
And right fucking now, Hoyo, give us a waypoint. Things weren't easy for us back then. No need for such modesty. The past is the past, not the present. One has never misjudged. Or do you claim that, even with prodigious talents such as yours, scaling this cliff would not now be nigh effortless? Well, when you put it like that.
Speaking of, why are you alone? Paimon thought Ganyu, Shenhe, or the others might come along with you.
Is that so strange? One's disciples all have matters they must attend to. Even Shuyu, at her age, trains hard, knowing that time is of the essence and is not to be frittered away. In any case, leisure such as this is most gladsome. One has always gone where one pleases, after all, and one is both pleased and at ease when alone.
You really are like one of those wandering heroines from the stories.
Really now? In that case, I trust that you're familiar with this Fontanian camera. Since I do not often travel far abroad, do take a few pictures for me, would you? The camera has already been properly set up. You only need to stand at a distance and press the mechanism. The only question is, what pose should one strike? Any suggestions? Cool pose like a heroine, stay relaxed, like you usually are, try something unexpected perhaps? Let us do so then. What do you think? Does one's hair remain properly coiffed? Let's roll the cool pose instead. Will this do? Nice. I think a relaxed pose is best. Had I known, I would have brought that silken scarf that Ganyu gave me. How about this then, against the wind? I think the unexpected pose feels like a nice surprise. Humph, as it should. Hold that pose, I'm going to press the shutter. Indeed, one is ready. Are you done? Let one expect your work. Not bad at all. Good work. Now let one take some pictures for you as well.
Huh? Us too?
From how you spoke of this place just now, it holds a significant place in your memory. Surely you must have had many new thoughts now that you have visited it once more? Why not capture the spirit of the moment then? That way you may relive those feelings when looking at this picture in the future.
Oh, that makes total sense. Alright then, let's take some photos. Thanks a lot, Shen Yun.
This camera is rather ingenious. The image is sharp and clear. Wipe the corner of your mouth, little one. We shall commence shortly. Oh.
Right, sure. Did Paimon not wipe off the biscuit crumbs from breakfast?
Come then, what's on your mind as you stand by the cliff? How do you feel? The time I fell to the bottom after running out of stamina comes to mind. Have you decided what expression to make then? One shall press the shutter shortly. Actually, I'm pretty happy right now.
Paimon too.
Have you decided what? Okay. Alright, this'll do. Why is Paimon not smiling? Alright. Just as one thought it would turn out. Excellent indeed.
Ooh, Paimon wants to see. Huh. You have a look.
That's not exactly what I imagined. Is something wrong? You have travelled all over Teyvat for years on end. Ah, canon, it has been years in-game. And in the process, even its most wondrous sights may have grown mundane. As such, it is the emotions you feel as you travel that are most precious.
But the photos you had us take of you had a whole eye full of pretty scenery. Why the change?
Ah, how could these two things be comparable? One's trip was made specifically to lay eyes on mountain and water, and since it is also one's first time, capturing the scenery is but the logical choice. Moreover, how would those two old fossils know where one has been without ample visual evidence? They are not the only ones who know how to go gallivanting behind one's back. Anyway, one has had great fun today. Your travel guide shall be followed to the letter, so do not fret. Thank you for your help in any case. Go now and see to your own business. You need not attend to me every hour of the day.
Hey there, Xianyun, we meet again!
Quiet now.
What is it?
Be sure that you do not scare yonder pigeons away. One has awaited them here for quite some time. Failure is not an option. Oh?
Oh, do you also want to have some grilled fowl?
A preposterous notion! One has never taken an innocent life, nor shall one start. It is a photo-taking opportunity that one seeks here.
Sorry, Paimon was overthinking things there.
Let me give you a hand. Sure, your abilities are most worthy of confidence. Do bear in mind that you must catch both the giant fan blade mechanism and the pigeons on the bridge in the frame. Hardly a challenge to you, one trusts. Not a problem, shall we? Now then, what pose should one strike this time? One that could dazzle anyone who sees it. How about this then? Are the fan blade mechanisms and pigeons within the frame? Let's go with the pose that blends in better with the local feel. One has observed the soldiers outside the city doing thusly. This is good. I think it looks great. Ready? I'm taking the picture. Go ahead then. She looks so goofy. Done then. Let one peruse the results. Well done, as always.
So, where have you visited recently?
Not long ago, one followed your guide to Windrise. Fields verdant and lush, a giant tree surrounded by the winds of wisdom. Truly a blessed place.
Oh, we wrote all about the spots that we've been to that we thought were awesome. Windrise is a great place for a nap too, since it's nice and cool.
As for the rest, they have been captured on camera. Here, have a look.
Let Paimon see! Let Paimon see!
Aww.
Paimon gets the concept, but why is this wind wheel Aster so
It's autistic.
huge?
That we call a close-up.
And what's with this super blurry picture?
An artistic conception, one's masterful making.
Oh! Okay, anything
She
else?
looks so smug. One has also sampled the delicacies of Mondstadt City. Nice.
Ooh, now this one looks great! The deliciousness is just oozing out of the picture.
And this is a bird's eye view. Quite literally a bird.
Whoa! How did you even manage to teacher.
Paimon, think about it. One needs only to fly into the clouds, of course. A trivial matter.
So it really is a bird's eye view.
Looks like you got a lot out of this trip and enjoyed your time here. Indeed. A foreign land though this was, your guidebook ensured the smoothness of my travels, with many a pleasant surprise. Now then, one still has a leisurely stroll through the wilds planned, while daylight yet lingers. Do not fret, one has your text on hand yet.
Prey escaped. No dinner today.
A most fortunate young lad you are. One hopes you were not frightened. What's your name? Where do you live? Why are you out here playing in the wilds all alone, despite your tender age? Do you not know what would happen were you to be accosted by wild beasts?
My name is Razor. Home is here. So many questions to answer. Hard.
You are no child, yet you struggle to speak. A tragic past that few may unravel surrounds you mayhap. Truly lamentable.
Hey, we meet again! So this is where your walk took you, huh? Oh, you're here too, Razor! This is Miss Xianyun, one of our friends from Liyue.
You know this child?
We do. Friends.
Yeah, we've known each other for a really long time.
I saw this child crouched by a forest boar without an attending adult in sight. Monsters were roaming not far away, and the howling of wolves could be heard constantly. Truly a harrowing sight. If anything were to happen, one... I cannot bear to imagine.
So, it sounds like you chased the boar away then. Feels like there might be a misunderstanding here. Oh, Razor must have been in the middle of hunting. He often catches forest boars around Wolvendom. You don't need to worry about him, Xianyun. He's really strong. It'll take way more than that to hurt him. Isn't that right, Razor?
Yes. Claws are very strong. Very good at hunting.
What? Hunting? Absurd. A youth of your years should spend their days growing up without worry, in the care of family. How did this...
Well, Razor was actually raised by a wolf pack, so he's learned to hunt, sleep, and live out in the wild, just like them. But don't worry, they absolutely do treat him like family.
Not only must he hunt on his own, but he eats and sleeps in the wild too? That simply will not do. He is still a growing boy. It is time to commence my return journey. Child, you shall come with me to Liyue Harbor. Oh my god. Leaving the rest aside, I shall ensure that you are fed and clothed. You seem quite physically capable as well, so in time I shall also teach you how to defend yourself.
No, save me.
Uh-oh, did Paimon's mouth just make things worse? Hey, Traveler, you're up.
Actually, everyone in Mondstadt treats Razor very well.
Mondstadt, lots of meat. So much that stomach gets round, full. Friends and Lupercal are there. Very warm. Very important to me. Teacher said that place where you feel warm is home.
Teacher? Child, do you mean to say you have a master then?
Teacher teaches me to talk. Tiring. Difficult. But I am trying.
Oh, so your master also teaches you the art of communication then? A teacher is like a parent. I imagine then that their intent was to let you hone yourself alone. And it is true, the more a chick is coddled as they grow, the greater the risk there is that they may not be able to fly on their own once they leave the nest. In this, I suspect that all who teach generally share the same concerns. I only hope that you will come to understand your master's intentions, sooner rather than later. I may have been too hasty before. Why, even Gardew and Shen-He stumbled often in their younger years. There was that one time when...
Public service announcement. Razor's hungry.
Am I?
Yeah, of course you are. Didn't the forest boar get frightened off and all? Not to worry. This is a simple matter to resolve. Just wait here a moment and leave the rest to my new and improved Supreme Cuisine machine. Since we had the fortune to meet here, why not enjoy dinner together and try some Liyue-style cuisine as well?
Say yes, Razor. That machine thingy makes super delicious top-tier stuff that only Adepti get to eat, you know? Anyway, it's super good.
It's called a Supreme Cuisine machine. Is such a name so hard to recall?
Dinner together. Thank you. I will finish it. If you need help, I will help.
You're welcome, child. Simple yet well-mannered. Your teacher has taught you well indeed. If you'd like, feel free to seek me out in Liyue Harbor. Bring your master along as well. My next generation cuisine machine should be complete by then as well. There will be many more dishes to try then. My lodgings are near Chihu Rock, with a nearby landmark being a miniature red leaf tree. The fork in the road most easily causes people to lose their way, but if you do get lost, you can ask the Millelith patrolling nearby for help. Did you get all that?
Too hard.
Don't worry. We'll bring Razor along sometime, and we'll follow the smell of good food. That won't lead us astray.
The whirring of your mental machinations is audible, Paimon. But that is fine. Nothing charms me, charms Shuyu so much, about the mortal realm as a little hustle and bustle. We should have an accord then.
See? I knew at once that you were someone of unimpeachable character. No wonder you raised a heroine as virtuous as Ms. Shen-He.
Were it not for her intervention, those tour group fraudsters would have cut and run with the money my child paid them.
Oh, shit.
I'd been planning to register my old man. You know, to give him the holiday he's never managed to enjoy all these years. To think it was all a scam.
Wow. Why aren't they, saying thank you to Shen-He?
Exactly. And you know that pamphlet? Apparently it's all fake. The so-called sweets are just some hastily built huts. And forget food, there was never even any lard to cook with.
What? To shamelessly exploit the filial spirit of our youth for their vile and base ends. One shall show them no mercy.
Calm down, man. The group's boss has already turned himself into the Millelith. He was all black and blue when he returned me my money.
Goddamn.
If he hadn't constantly implored us to beg the white-haired heroine who works at one mean restaurant for mercy, we wouldn't even have known it was Miss Shen-He who secretly aided us. That's why we're here to thank you in person.
Why don't you thank Shen-He? She was the one who did it. Oh, did Shen-He already discover the truth? And... noble deeds are not done for fame. You are all too kind to come forth in this manner.
Wow. Virtue really does run in the family. You truly have taught her well.
Shen-He is quiet and one of few words, but she has her own way of conducting herself. As for me, my place is to have faith in her and support her, and influence her decisions as little as possible. It was she who signed me up with that senior, or whatever it was, called tour group at first, only to arrange for me to travel abroad herself afterward instead. Now I see that she had her own plans in mind. And that is well. As the youth come into their own, elders such as myself should let go more and let them soar, and learn to enjoy life ourselves.
Travel abroad? My, Miss Shen-He really is a model of filial piety.
I wonder if I'll ever be lucky enough to travel like that. How much would that even cost?
I mean, you paid for the tours thing, so I guess you got your money back now.
I'd love to take my dad out to see the world, too.
If you don't mind, Could you give us some advice, Miss Shen Yun? Surely we can't go wrong with a selection from someone of your unique tastes.
Her guide might require you to have wings. Ah, you flatter me. I'm no expert, so what I give cannot be considered guidance. That said, should you be interested, I do have a number of experiences and pictures of scenery from my travels, of which I could share a few.
Wow, that sure is a crowd, huh? Oh, there's Shenhe! Hey, Shenhe!
Hello.
We were just listening in. Seems like everyone's here to thank you for busting a fraudulent tour group, huh?
It does sound like it.
Yeah. Hey, wait, then why are they all gathered around her to thank you?
That's what I'm wondering. Master's skill in conversation is second to none. It is only natural that she attracts attention. In any case, even had I not cancelled her registration, she would have taken action upon discovering their tricks once she participated in the tour. That's why everyone has gathered around her, and I think she deserves the respect regardless.
Wait, so the reason you were so insistent on canceling the registration back then was because you knew something was up? Ha! That's the disciple of an adeptus for ya! Perceptive and thorough.
Oh, no, not at all. When I sought their boss out to refund my deposit, he rejected my request, drunkenly spilling the beans in the process. Upon seeing that he wouldn't cooperate, I was forced to use my fists instead.
Oh, so that's what happened. Well, he had it coming anyway. What goes around comes around. Still, all's well that ends well, right? The bad guy gets his just desserts. Everyone recouped their losses, and Xianyun had fun.
Speaking of endings, Master's journey seems to have been a pleasant one. Thank you. She bought my fellow disciples and I many local specialties, with a variety of flavors. I had the pleasure of getting a taste of Mondstadt as a result.
Whoa! She brought back nothing but food? What did she get? If you can't finish it all, Paimon will be happy to help.
Windmill asters, Cecilias, calla lilies, all of which taste better than Qingxin. Would you like any, Paimon?
What? Raw? Paimon's gonna pass on that. Is your stomach okay?
Yes. Are they inedible? I thought they were like Qingxin.
Well, most people wouldn't even eat Qingxin raw. We usually cook plants before eating them.
I see. In that case, I'll take them over to One Min Restaurant later and have Chef Mao study them. And once that research is done, we can enjoy them together. I mean, Xingling's probably used these before in cooking. Yes, let's do that. But before that, I have something I wish to tell you. Your return to Liyue Harbor has made Master very happy, and has been a pleasant surprise for me as well. For that, I thank you. Thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. See you again soon? Are you in that much of a hurry to say goodbye? I heard that the focus of the phrase is on seeing each other once more. Our customers always smile and say that to each other after they finish eating. What I mean to say is, I am very much looking forward to seeing you again at the soonest opportunity. That's absolutely right. I look forward to seeing you again soon, Shenhe.
Yes, very interesting. Time to write this all down.
Why did you climb so high up, Sucrose?
Harley? Oh, I didn't think anyone else would come here. I'm taking advantage of my vacation to do some nature watching.
Nature watching ruin guards, then?
Look, over there. Do you see that white pigeon?
Aren't they practically everywhere?
Yes, but only in places high, safe, and inaccessible enough to humans will they show their most natural, authentic appearance. Ah, speaking of which, see, patrolling ruin guards don't disturb them at all.
Is that because ruin guards don't actively attack animals?
That's precisely what I'm curious about.
Oh look, it's Celestia.
Once, I observed a finch making a nest atop a ruin guard's head, and yet when others approached, the ruin guard restarted itself. Could such a relationship be considered symbiotic? Is there some language or symbol-based communication between them? Is this trust in automatons an inherited instinct, much like the imprinting phenomenon? Or is this an indication of them possessing greater intelligence than we assumed? Living creatures are host to so many secrets, and I want to learn all about them.
Those are questions worth considering.
Thank you. I'm glad I got the chance to share these ideas with you too. In the past, I've always thought that doing experiments by myself in the lab was the happiest, most fulfilling thing in the world. But now that I think about it, spending my vacation this way isn't so bad either. I wonder, White Pigeons, what are you thinking about as I watch you from afar?
Pew pew!
Hunting alone, Diona?
Humph. Hunters of the cat slime bloodline return successful even when they go solo.
I've never done her voice before. Wouldn't shouting pew pew scare the animals off?
No way! Can't you see that my arrows fly faster than the sound of my voice?
Ah, so the pew pew is for a cutesy dramatic effect.
Hey, cut that out! I can hear you, you know. Don't underestimate cat's line ears. Whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. Here, have some meat. I caught more than I need, and I'd have shared it with everyone anyway if I brought it back.
Thanks, Diona.
You best remember it. And vote for me if the town ever chooses a champion. Last thing I need is for you to give that silly old dad of mine a big head.
Row!
Ah!
Huh, it seems like the cat slime bloodline faces some troubles of its own.
I'm not afraid of those wolves, you hear? Absolutely not. It would just be too much trouble if we were to fight, that's all. And I'm not sharing my catch with them after I worked so hard for it. Hey, what are you standing around for? They're practically on top of us. Come on, let's go already.
Diona! Great. You're not at the tavern today. Is your father not back from hunting yet? I haven't seen him.
He's resting up at home right now. Nothing serious. The weather's a bit chilly and he caught a cold. I'll take care of him. You came here for this, right? I prepared it already. Wait, I hear someone coming. Oh, it's you. You startled me for a moment there.
Ooh, someone's a scaredy cat.
Who's the scaredy cat, huh? Didn't you see me on the hunt last time?
Wait, no.
I mean, don't you know that I can catch beasties way bigger than I am? Just now was because I was just being extra cautious, since these goods are special, okay?
Are they fresh bones then?
Oh, this is embarrassing. But if you're really curious, then you can have a look.
Broken bird bones, the staff of an Anemo Samoshell, and the baby teeth of... is that a wolf or a dog? 3 forest boar ribs with this lingering scent of spices. A previous hunt's haul? Wait, it can't be leftovers from dinner, right? Huh, do staves count as bones?
Wow, you collected so much this time. Thank you, Diona. I didn't bring my Tetra Sour Wolf Hooks or Type 5 Bittermore Calla Lilies with me when I left home today, though. Will you be dropping by Mondstadt City tomorrow? Nope. I've been way too busy to go mix drinks lately, and I need to find time to hunt too. I see. In that case, would you like this instead? It's a Valberry rich in carrot essence. Its color, fragrance, and nutritional values are all closer to traditional carrots. As such, I'm curious. Will it attract animals that like carrots, or will it attract animals of both flavor preferences? Huh. Now that is an interesting question. Guess I can use it as bait then? Please do. And do tell me how the experiment turns out. No problem. Say hello to Mr. Draft for me, would you? I wish him a speedy recovery. Either way, I need to return soon. I've got a Mark 23 Ultra Berserk Favonius Dragon Warrior to assemble. Wait, a dragon what now?
What, you haven't learned yet, Diona?
Learn what? Who can even learn that kind of thing? Nothing here either. Even this one's empty. How did this happen?
Hunting again, Diona?
Yeah, but I placed a bunch of the newest models of mechanical traps around here earlier, and filled them with foods that all kinds of animals like. But I just checked all of them, and I didn't catch a single animal, even though the food's gone missing. When I bought these, they were like, the traps will be so well hidden that even the person who laid them won't be able to find them. And sure enough, they are harder to see now than when I placed them, because the bait's all gone.
Were the traps damaged by some kind of external force?
No, there's just a strong smell of withered leaves now.
What bait did you use?
Let me think.
Fowl breast, forest boar thigh, pine cones, and sunsetias.
The carrot-coloured Valbury sucrose gave me earlier, lizard tails left over from mixing drinks, homemade cold-cut platter, and some imported mule fruit that a neighbour sent us.
An eclectic mix of both normal and unusual bait.
A test drink mix that I made out of bull fruit and mint, some bass from Springvale that I fished up on my way out the door. Oh, and the calla lily sucrose sent me before. Yeah, that's about it.
Even the drinks?
Yeah, it's all gone, and that's the annoying part. Whoever the culprit was, they'll eat just about anything, and a ton of anything at that. Oh, but at least they didn't take the drink bowl. So there's that. What a cunning little thief. Maybe it was a fox? They live in the woods, and they eat just about anything. Hang on, there's movement in the bushes!
Bro. And that's not the culprit we're looking for.
I shouldn't have listened to those old drunks. It'll save you time, Diona. It's convenient, Diona. The best hunters in Teyvat are using the new traps, Diona. It's all nonsense. I hunt best and fastest with my bow.
So what do we do now?
No, I'm not giving up here. If the other hunters learn of how I've been had, the Catslane name would be dragged through the mud.
Ah, so this is about dignity.
This time, I'm going to mix some numbing herbs into the bait, enough to lay out any small animals. Eat all you want, you sneaky little thief. I'm going to catch you, if it's the last thing I do.
Stomach upset. Eyes so heavy. Tired. But it's bright out. Branches are swaying. Leaves are so shiny. Eyes hurt. So tired.
Oh, did he drink some of the alcohol she left out? Hey, Razor. Razor, are you okay?
Quick, have him drink this. Feeling any better?
Leaves, they stopped swaying.
I'm sorry, Razor. I didn't think that you were the one who ate my bait.
Bait?
Yeah, my dad's only just recovered, and I wanted him to get some more rest, so I've been using new traps to hunt.
Did not know. Those were traps. Thought they were gifts. From Springvale.
Oh my god.
So, I took. Cold cut platter, very good. Drinks good. Carrot flavored Valberry, good. Calla lily, vegetable. Gave it to my friend.
If I may, which friend are you referring to?
Bennett.
What? I forget what was significant about this. Weren't those the Bittermores?
Oh no, I've really done it now. First Razor, now Bennett. And Sucrose's experimental results are a bust too.
It's okay. Your friends will understand.
I understand.
Ugh, I'm never using traps to hunt ever again.
Cute.
Phew, that's another lost adventurer escorted. Are the paths around here really that bad?
Absolutely awful.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm the Knights of Favonius's
#1 outrider.
I never thought I'd meet you here. Are you back in Mondstadt for a visit?
You've got great timing. Sari just came up with a brand new dish, and she's looking for people to give it a taste. Kaya and Jean should be back at headquarters, and so is Klee. Oh, whoops. Am I talking too much? Not holding you up, am I? No, not at all. As long as I'm not getting in your way. Oh, here, take this. You haven't had any of my cooking in a while, right? I just made it, so eat it while it's hot. Though I'd love to talk with you some more, lots of adventurers have been getting lost in these woods recently. In order to escort them all into the city, I've been doing lots of extra patrols these past few days. Any more and I won't be able to keep up. With you here, they're in safe hands. That's for sure. Okay, I've got to run now. If there's anything you need, just come find me at headquarters. Phew! And another one bites the dust. Just where did all these slimes pop out from? Great shooting, Amber. Oh, it was just a slime. Every knight can do that. I don't know why, but their numbers out here in the wild have been skyrocketing recently. They've even started attacking travelers on the roads. In order to ensure the safety of the area, both the Adventurers Guild and the Knights have had to send people out on patrol and to eliminate the monsters. Between ensuring that the city's well guarded and pursuing monsters beyond its walls non-stop, everyone's been run ragged. People are so tired they can barely deploy their wind gliders. But before Albedo comes up with some sort of solution, someone's got to get rid of the monsters, right? Aren't you exhausted too? Me? I'm doing fine. After all, I'm used to fighting out here, so I know how to conserve my strength and choose the best way to engage. We can talk more later. I've got another area to patrol. You should head back to Mondstadt for now. I'll see you around, Harley. Why does that cat always like to run this way? Strange. What are you doing, Amber? Oh, it's you. I just brought a naughty little kitten back to its home. It's a really lively kitty. If it gets even the slightest chance to run outside, then it'll run all over Mondstadt. Knocking over flower pots, getting dirty paw prints on clothes, and keeping every pigeon in Mondstadt on their toes. Lots of citizens just can't put up with it anymore, and some went to the Adventurers Guild for help. But adventurers don't know the first thing about catching cats, so it's the Outrider to the rescue? Bingo! Those adventurers just chase after cats on foot. But as for me, I fly. A surprise air assault when it's least expected, and bam! The cat goes right into the bag. Though, it's kind of funny how that cat never gets mad at me. Instead, whenever I catch it, it all but pounces into my arms and won't stop rubbing against me. Oh, it's playing. It's because it likes you, isn't it? You think so? In that case, I should find an opportunity to ask Diona about what cats like and what calms them down. But before that, I just hope it'll stop running away. Otherwise, I'll be up in the dead of night playing hide and seek with it again. Come on, kitty kitty. No more mischief, okay? Razor! Razor! He's not here either. Harley, did you see Razor on your way here? No, why? No, it's just... Well, actually, it is kind of urgent. When he visited the city a few days back, he was going to have some cake with Klee, but the shops were all out and he didn't get any. Klee got up early this morning and brought some so she could go to Wolvenden and give it to him. She would have run off all alone had Captain Kaya not discovered and stopped her. It's way too dangerous for her to go out there all alone. To make sure she stays put at headquarters, I promised to deliver a crayon drawing she made and the cake to Razor. But I've nearly covered the whole area and still haven't found him yet. Phew. Alright, Amber, breathe. You can't give up yet. If you don't find Razor soon, the cake will get stale. Okay, I'll get up in the air and look for him one more time. See ya. She's on top of the fucking cathedral. I swear to God. I'm sorry. What the fuck is the point in this? Who is coming up here? This breeze feels great. I'll just rest here for a bit. Ooh, good timing, Harley. Come on, sit next to me. This is probably the highest point in Mondstadt City. Look at that view. Beautiful, isn't it? It is really pretty. There's so many people in the square. I can even see Margaret taking a walk down there. It's only on days off like this that I can just gaze into the distance and zone out. Usually, I'm either taking off from or landing here in a big hurry. That means you're usually way overworked. Well, I am the Knight of Favonius. Helping everyone who lives here is my duty. As long as I can help solve the issue, no matter what it is, I have an obligation to assist. That's our #1 outrider for you. Huh? Aw, stop it. You're making me blush. Lots of knights and others from the Adventurers Guild work as hard as I do, if not harder. But I'll do all I can, the best I can, as long as it's for Mondstadt. Huh? Hang on, why is Margaret suddenly running off like that? She's shouting something too. Huh? Whoa, she's chasing someone. A thief, maybe? You wait here, I'll go help her. We can't let someone like that get away. Hey you! Stop right there!
I wonder how this tea will taste. Ah, excellent timing. Sit. I asked someone to buy a few bags of good tea leaves from Fontaine. Quite the pricey purchase, if I might say so. I've long heard of the differences in water and soil makeup between Fontaine and Lille, so I have been curious as to the flavours tea leaves from the former will produce. Why don't you also get some water from there? You do have a point, though as the ancients say, living water's silt once drawn. Were we to fetch water from Fontaine, the turbulent, tiring journey may rob the liquid of its flavour, rendering the resultant tea lesser as a result. Is there really that much to getting water? To brew a good cup of tea is no less demanding a task than organising an army for battle, along with all the elements that entails. Buying good tea leaves is akin to elevating a wise and capable general to command. Yet if the water and tea set are lacking, and if perhaps even the climate and weather are not suitable, then no matter how outstanding the general, if burdened with incompetent officers and feckless soldiery, the battle will surely be lost. As such, rather than chasing distant solutions, it would be better to simply brew this tea with some spring water from Lille. Perhaps the blend of two natures might produce a unique flavour all its own. Ah, it should be about ready. Try some, if you would. Thanks, bro. Tea from a foreign land. A unique flavour indeed.
Miss Yun's opera performances are truly extraordinary. Well worth the trip to come see it today. Hey there, Zhongli. You're here too, huh? Indeed. A pleasure to see you. With little to do at the funeral parlour these past few days, I asked the director for some time off, during which I've been travelling around a bit, and visiting some old friends in passing. I just happened to pass by as Sir Yun was performing. Oh! This guy, not Yunjin. And I could not help but sit down and watch the entire performance. She? This translation, bro. She exercises wondrous command of this folk art. So absorbed was I in the performance that I forgot to drink even a single cup of the tea I had ordered. To drink tea of such refinement cold, and much of its flavour has been lost. A shame indeed. Do you have friends around here as well? An ancient adage says, as lush mountains may be found everywhere, so too may friends be met. But my dear associates are busy at the moment, and I don't wish to disturb them. Checking on them from afar and sending them letters at suitable times will suffice. Truly, I have done this fine pot of tea at a service. Damn. Well, the play has ended. I shall leave soon as well. This should be the book that the director wants. Hey there, Zhongli. What are you looking at? Ah, Harley. Always a pleasure. As it happens, the director asked me to help her purchase some books. Pretty please, Kitsune Guji? This is only part of her list. There are some items that are not on sale here. I've already asked the store owner to purchase them. Have you read these books, Zhongli? Not before this, no. but I have read quite a few recently at Director Who's urging. Quite interesting, I must say. Inazuman's stories are written in a vastly different style from those of Liu. I wouldn't say that either is better. All people have their preferences, after all. You know about Reborn as the Raiden Shogun? What of it? I thought the book's depiction of the Shogun's martial prowess was most vivid. The research the characters conducted into the Musou no Hutotachi was also quite fascinating. It's getting late. I should go deliver these books to Director Who. Let's meet again sometime. I don't know what my Zhongli is, bro.
Galeblade! Huh? Noelle? Oh, honorary knight! Hello! Ellen's off moving some new wooden dummies in. Is there something you'd like to ask her?
Were you practicing using Galeblade just now?
That's right. I've been discussing swordplay with Ellen over the past few days, and the topic of Master Jean's legendary Galeblade came up. Though neither of us has an animo vision, the techniques underpinning it are still worth careful study. After talking it over, we decided to use wooden dummies to practice. Ellen's great with a sword, you know. Her every move is incredibly precise. But although I know that moves like this require exactness and finesse, and I've practiced a lot, I still can't quite accurately grasp the essence of the technique. I'm already doing my best to maintain control, but each time I swing my sword, I always end up destroying every dummy at once. I just haven't reached that level.
You're using a claymore for her Galeblade.
I'd love to practice with a one-handed sword, but they're all just too light. They feel so alien to my hand. I can't comfortably wield them at all. Also, most of those blades are just too flimsy and go flying off the hilt as I wave them around, sometimes burying themselves straight into the ground. Last time I was practicing outside the city, one little mistake sent a blade flying right up to the top of the cathedral, and it slammed into the steeple bell. The sound was like thunder, and that sent Sister Victoria into a panic. She rushed straight away to our headquarters, saying that the city might be under attack. Master Jean had to spend a good long time explaining things to her before she was calm enough to leave. I've already asked Mr. Wagner to forge a super heavy single-handed sword for me, though I'm not sure when he'll finish it. I do hope that its blade won't get flung off when I swing it.
Ellen appears in the distance holding over wooden dummies, and Noelle rushes over to her to help.
Thank you, Master Jean. I'll keep that in mind.
Good, now do it again. I'll help correct your movements. Galeblade!
Greetings, honorary knight.
Hello. Anything I can help you with? Oh, don't worry, I'm fine. She's very talented, and a fast learner as well. Although our weapon of choice isn't exactly the same, there are always shared principles in swordsmanship. All I did was give her a reminder or two, and she immediately understood. All that's left now is to remain patient and practice diligently. With your intuitive understanding, Noelle, techniques like this shouldn't take you too long to master. Just do be careful while practicing, alright? If you want to do weight training, you can tie the loads to your wrists. That way, some accidents can be prevented, even in the event of, unexpected disassembly.
I'm so sorry, Master Jean. I won't toss my sword into your office again. I promise.
It's fine. Don't worry. And in any case, after you spent all that time cleaning yesterday, everything is completely back to how it was.
But the sword is still stuck in your office ceiling, and it's too high up to easily pull out.
Oh my god. Oh, that. Well, we can just leave it there for now as interior decoration, I guess? Alright, let's continue, shall we?
Yes, Master Jean.
Bless her. She's so busy, and yet she found time to help Noelle because Noelle was so excited.
Oh, it's you. What brings you here today?
You, of course.
Oh, you. Who taught you to be so cheeky? I'm not performing today. Just dropping in to listen to Mr. Liu Su tell a story. It takes my mind off things a bit. Is something troubling you? Our troupe will be rehearsing an old classic called The Three Towers in a few days' time. I'd like to adjust a few lines and the corresponding details in the performance, but I haven't really made up my mind about whether they should be changed or not. Would you mind hearing me out? If you have the time, of course. Please, go ahead. For example, there's a famous line that goes like this. How gently do the clouds and flowers sway, as dancing winds meander through the vales. The half-moon is as a lovely face, and a glass raised to it moves the heart. I'm not looking to change the first half, but the second, if sung as is, feels like it is missing a little something. It would be great if I could add some actions that suit the scene. A raised bottle to indicate drinking, perhaps, and the set could be modified to match. There are quite a few more adjustments like that one, and although I would be personally more satisfied were we to change them, perhaps some older fans might prefer the way it was performed in the past. We don't have much time left to rehearse either, so there might be some issues with the timetable if we want to change the stage set and redo the stage movements. Rehearsals really are complicated. They are indeed. There are many outside factors to consider besides the script and performance themselves. Script writing and performances are our greatest strengths at the Yuhan Opera Troupe, and we love doing them, but beyond the stage, well, that can get tricky. There are things we cannot control, whether the audiences will like our innovations, if we can come to an amicable understanding with the organisers we're working with. But I see this as part of learning my role as troupe director. I'm already enjoying myself as a performer, and I'm sure these new challenges will present me with new kinds of delight as well. I'm sure you'll do just fine, Yunjin. Thanks for your kind words. I'm more sure than ever that the road ahead will be a smooth one.
Oh, so this is what birds from Lyra are like, Kaya?
That's right. Very different from those of Mondstadt, don't you think? Taking Klee out on one of your jaunts, Kaya?
Miss Honorary Knight!
Strictly speaking, the Spark Knight are here on official business, investigating the wine industry export situation in Lyra. Studying the consumption of Mondstadt's liquor requires visiting the performance venues where it's consumed. Enjoying the arts of Lyra while we're at it is part and parcel of our work. Isn't that right, Klee?
Is that right?
Of course it is. Just enjoy the show to your heart's content.
Sure! This Lyra opera is so much fun!
Classic Kaya leading the youth astray.
Why, Harley, I see you've come to Heyu Tea House again. Oh, are you with friends?
This is Captain Kaya from Mondstadt's Knights of Favonius. And this is the Spark Knight Klee. And this is Yunjin, a professional opera performer from Lyra. An honor to meet you, Miss Yun. I've heard many traveling merchants speak of the art form you practice. This is the first time Klee and I have had the pleasure of watching an opera. A fascinating experience indeed.
Yeah! Also, could you teach Klee how you swing your spear like that?
I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves. As for spear flourishes, I'm afraid they can be quite difficult to learn.
Don't worry, Klee will do her best.
Well, seeing how interested you are, come see me after the performance, while our troupe is resting. There are some smaller spears I used to train with when I was a child. Let me find one to teach you with. Then you have my thanks, Miss Yun. Spark Knight Klee, do you remember what the Knights of Favonius handbook says?
Yes, Kaya. Oh, I mean, yes, Captain Kaya.
In that case, when a distinguished guest does you a kindness, how should you respond?
Thank you very much, kind-hearted, lady who sings Lyra opera.
You're too kind, both of you. You're here to watch the opera, so I'm sure this meeting was meant to be. I look forward to seeing you in the audience in the future, should you have the time. Oh my god, Klee's voice is high. That was rough to do in the morning.
In but a night the jade is cut in twain, the spring rain pours forth time and again. Wait, Have I been reading this whole time? I should really start my sword practice. Xingqiu, what are you up to? Ah, what a coincidence, running into you here. I'm currently practicing my swordsmanship. Well, perhaps it's more correct to say that I'm practicing my penmanship. With a sword? Yes, quite the novelty, no? See these fallen leaves? They're my calligraphic copybook. Some are sliced down the middle, others cut along the veins, or chopped into pieces, and each represents one of 3 different calligraphic scripts. Scripts, you say? Yup, they're all forms of calligraphy, each with its own unique features. Some are neat and orderly, and others are more free-form and expressive. I must say that I've enjoyed my practice, though I can't say the same for the bamboo around me. Ah, this time I truly did become the autumn storm that sweeps through the forest. Was the phrase you were reading before some kind of secret mantra? A secret mantra? Oh, no. I was just reading the annotations in this book, Chronicle of Cleansing Ink. This book is quite marvelous indeed, and was written by a calligraphy master named Shifan. It is said that he shifted from calligraphy to swordsmanship, and afterwards attained mastery of both. After that, he did not hoard what he had gained, writing his swordsmanship down on a stone tablet and naming it the Chronicle of Cleansing Ink, making it free for all who follow the noble path of chivalry to come and see it. This particular book is a rare original annotated copy, with contents all transcribed from the original stone tablet. My brother really treasures this one. My brother is usually a giving and generous soul, but he loves books as much as his own life. Trying to borrow even one from him is like pulling teeth. I'll be honest, he scared me half to death when he handed me this copy a few days back, urging me to go practice my calligraphy. I had thought that I was about to be disowned on an account of my terrible penmanship, and he was giving me the book as a farewell gift after having heard the news in advance. You should have seen the 2 of us, weeping and wailing, our hands clutching the book, refusing to let go. I suspect he was just reluctant to leave the book in your hands. Oh, come on, you. You had just had to come right out and say it, didn't you? Well, I thought the scene was pretty funny. In fact, I'd like to include it in my novel. And if I were to include your follow-up remark as well, I'm sure that would add some extra flavour. Oh my, we talked so much I lost track of time again. It's getting late, so I must hurry home. I'll see you around, Harley.
Flurry of frost and autumn leaves. How they scatter, how they swirl. More swordsmanship practice, Xingqiu? Heh, I knew you'd come today. I haven't been here long, actually. This must be exactly what they mean by great minds thinking alike, and the understanding shared by kindred spirits. Did your brother end up reclaiming his book? No, he hasn't. He did see me reading as I practiced my swordsmanship, and he did shake his head, and make gestures with his feet and hands. But he didn't ask for the book back. What? Gestures with his feet? So why did he suddenly... Well, my guess is that this was my father's idea. He's always told me to practice my calligraphy more, and pen a few more congratulatory notes on behalf of the family. That way I could temper my mind, and also gradually get in touch with our business partners, which would lay a foundation for my future role in managing our family affairs. And besides, I don't know who else could open my brother's bookcase, if not my father. But you know me. I'm honestly most afraid of being stuck sitting up straight at a reception table, feigning civility and giving lip service to... Sorry, pretend I never said that. Yeah, that sounds like it would be really grating. Right? I'd much rather find a quiet spot to practice penmanship on my own than sit there drinking stale tea and listening to staler conversation. So I came here under the pretext of working my swordsmanship into my calligraphy and gaining the relevant enlightenment from Chronicle of Cleansing Ink. That way, I get to do a bit of both. I didn't expect that you'd show up so quickly, though. It seems that my swordplay was quite the effective signal beacon. And what enlightenment have you gained, perchance? I've realized that even famous figures have an earnest side to them. They aren't prideful, haughty beings of divine skill, as many think. As you can see, this original annotated copy contains some remarks and critiques made by a who's who of swordplay and calligraphy from a previous generation. One can, even if vaguely, glimpse the personalities of those eminent personages shining through. Take this, for example. This is another calligraphy great who didn't get along with Shifan. See how he nitpicks and hangs on to every little error, and how long his annotations are. This is Kaveh coded. See, this is the commentary he gave on Shifan's calligraphy. Free, unrestrained, sharp as a bared edge, like a great tree braced against the wind. It sounds like a compliment, but I fear that when he called Shifan a great tree, it was in the sense that the greatest tree in a forest is the first to be crushed by the wind. Quite the backhanded compliment, you can barely tell it's criticism. Of course, those two often butted heads, but one must always be careful when penning words down. Words penned in black and white can hardly be taken back after all. In response, Shifan penned the following response. Spring will come, and the tree shall yield lush shade. And here too, I remember that the one who wrote this was Qianquan at some point. They say that he was brilliant at both calligraphy and swordplay, but that his comments were always very concise. This is what he wrote. Lovely, but you never did learn how to sign your name. There's all sorts of other interesting annotations too. Come on, let me show you. Wasn't the point to use swordplay as a way to transition to calligraphy practice? Oh, there's no rush at all. As my great-grandfather always says, to practice calligraphy is to temper heart and mind. Only by understanding this text can you learn to write the words within. Actually, wait, do you know what time it is right now? Well, just look at the sky. Oh, drat, I'm going to be late back. Looks like I'll be getting an earful from my father now. Either way, I've got to go face the music now. I'll be back later to practice my swordplay again though, so if you have time, why not come and join me? I'm sure that we'll improve all the faster by putting our heads together and putting one another to the test. But if you don't want to practice, we can always take a walk, or even go fishing. Look at me, rambling on like this. I'll head back first. See you later. Okay, alright. No need to bring this up again. But this is an emergency. If this doesn't work out, I'll ask my aunt for help. You mean Miss Shenhe? No, please don't drag anyone else into this. Otherwise I... Run into trouble? Harley, you... well, what perfect timing you have. Are we going on an evil spirit hunt or something? I fear this affair is a bit more complicated than that. Do you still remember the novel that I wrote under the pen name Zhen Yu? I'm ashamed to admit this, but my handwriting is so messy that every time I send the editors a manuscript, they will send several letters in reply, asking me about this word or that sentence. Correspondence like that takes too much time, so the editorial department and I agreed that I should try to finish a few days early. After I finish, I submit it to the department and have an editor retranscribe the text for me. Then it is handed over to the other editors to print and publish. Sounds like quite the ordeal. Indeed. I also feel pretty bad about the whole thing, so I often send them snacks as a token of my gratitude. But then, I received a letter from them a few days ago. As it happens, that main editor has suddenly fallen ill, and now there's nobody else that can do the transcribing. Only one of them can read your handwriting? Yes. Really? Seriously, just one of them? Please don't make fun of me. So how's Chongyun's penmanship? See, that was her first reaction too. No. Absolutely not. Stop bringing that up. Wait, does this mean that Chongyun's handwriting is also... Not at all. His writing is lovely. If anything, his talismans look better than my prose. Then why didn't you ask him for help? Well... I've told him that as well, and he agreed to let me transcribe his work at first.
But before I could copy more than a few sections, Xingqiu suddenly grabbed me by the shoulder and began shaking me and telling me to stop. For a moment, I wondered if my penmanship was terrible or something, but he suddenly blurted, You, just transcribing is one thing. Why did you have to suddenly start reading it out loud as you wrote? Well, I think your writing is excellent. The narrative is interesting, and each character has their own catchphrases. Catch poems? Anyway, I couldn't help but read it all aloud. Especially when the heroine named the Flying Fox took the antidote down the mountain. You wrote a poetic header for that too, didn't you? As I recall, it was... Clothes stained with wine and mortal sod, unwelcome in sword realms the world she trod. You, Chongyun, please, just stop. Well written indeed. Is there more? I want to read it. That said, while the story itself is good, it's also quite complex. I found myself failing to understand a lot of the details. For example, why the drunken sage suddenly agreed to help, and how the 13 blades of the drunken sect that belonged to him was stolen. It all sounds very interesting. Right? Xingqiu writes amazing novels, and he's also penned quite a few excellent short stories besides, such as... Wait, why is your face so red, Xingqiu? Oh, his yang energy seems to be surging too. But please, you two, have mercy on me, I beg you. If you say any more, I fear my fingers shall crush the hilt of my sword. I'd rather attend half a dozen social banquets than listen to people I know read my work back to me. Tell you what, I'll go borrow a typewriter for you. A typewriter? I've heard of those. They're wondrous machines from Fontaine, yes? With one in hand, you shall be free from writing by hand. Truly? That is wonderful news. I look forward to being forever liberated from the tyranny of calligraphy. The ingenious inventions of Fontaine are truly something. I usually only ever hear of them from my brother, yet never had the chance to touch them myself. Wait, hold on. Doesn't my brother often go with our caravans to Fontaine? He must have heard of typewriters, surely. He knows my calligraphy is poor, and that I'm always writing, and yet he has never once mentioned them to me. Forget it. Now's not the time to worry about things like that. In any case, no matter how marvelous such devices are, there's no way for me to borrow one right now. If all else fails, you can read and I'll write. Well, at this point, that does seem like the only way. I was just joking before about incorporating your remarks into a novel, but as it turns out, you'll be the one committing mine to paper. Perhaps this was all predetermined. Call it fate. Yes, I suppose ours are intertwined indeed. I'll go back and organize the manuscript. Once I'm done, I'll invite you over so I can dictate the text to you. Once you're done, Xingqiu, would you mind showing it to me? I'm really quite curious about the Flying Fox. Chongyun, please, spare me already. My brother's right. I'm a writer of books, but no seller of them. What are you working on right now? Just about. Only a few chapters left. It's just, could I ask you a question? How much do you think my calligraphy could sell for? There are some things money can't buy. Oh, come on. What's with that old-fashioned talk? I'm being serious here. I don't know much about the calligraphy market. Phew. Thank you. At least you're not couching it in business jargon like they do at home. Penned words are worth their weight in gold, and there's no market for such prices as you might command. Earlier, I asked my brother about the typewriter situation. He cut me off just as I was about to ask why he hadn't brought one back for me, and can you guess what he said? That he didn't bring one back on purpose? No. In fact, he'd actually brought one back a long time ago. He even knows about everything that's happened recently, and asked me to try the typewriter to see if the size was appropriate. As it turns out, it did. In fact, its dimensions had been modified to suit the dimensions of my palms, which made it very comfortable to use. He even said that, in an emergency, I could use this typewriter for my novels and other writing needs, and that he'd already notified my great-grandfather of the arrangement. As to why he didn't just give me the typewriter earlier, it was actually because he was hoping that I could eventually improve my penmanship. They say that
To see a person's writing is to see them also. Handwritten words will always give a reader a greater sense of closeness to the author. My brother said that he was also willing to part with the Chronicle of Cleansing ink rather than sending me the typewriter straight away, because he felt that while my handwriting wasn't up to par, it still showed a sense of remarkable style and vigour. As such, he feared that were I to simply keep using a typewriter, I would forget how to write with a pen altogether, thus ending any possibility for my improvement in calligraphy. And I thought he'd say that handwritten work was more valuable. To be honest, he had me sweating there too. I was so nervous I almost crushed my teacup. I was afraid he might say something like, "In business, closeness is communication, communication is connection, and connection is mora. As such, to practice one's penmanship is to earn mora." If he had said that, I would have had to flee to Chung Yun's place and stay there for maybe 10 days to 2 weeks. Well, he seems like a reasonable fellow then. Yeah, he never talks about the business with me. He just lets me live my life. Aww. But even though he says nothing about it, we have too many business dealings for me not to know that to see a person's writing is to see them also, and fine words written are worth their weight in gold. A single article of my great-grandfather's writing is worth hundreds of thousands of mora. Why? And a letter from my brother can bring someone here just to say a personal thank you. When I went out with my brother on a courtesy call, I even saw someone who had hung and framed a congratulatory note left by my great-grandfather. What the fuck? Now take a look at these books. These are novels I just wrote, and the contents are completely identical. But when I signed one of them, the last stroke I penned went a few inches wide, and voila! It can sell for 200 extra mora. Huh. The words are all the same, and the writing hasn't changed one bit either, but the price changed, all on account of the length of a single stroke. Congratulatory notes can have the same content, but everyone would hang my great-grandfather's up on a wall, and carefully preserve one that my brother sent. I know that these are just trivial matters of business, and no one really cares what the letters themselves say. It's all about who sent it to them. It's just... I remember every letter you've ever written to me. I know. Thank you. I know it's been tough on you, reading my scribblings. I'll learn how to use that typewriter as soon as possible. We shall soon be forever rid of badly written letters. You call them scribbles, but I call them heartfelt. All right. In that case, I shall continue writing to you in my finest illegible calligraphy. But should you ever find my lettering neat and orderly, please do come find me as soon as possible. I may have been kidnapped, or perhaps I just really want to see you. Would you look at that? It's getting late. I shall see you later, Harley. I wonder if Mr. Shifan also turned to the sword because he did not want to see the products of his pen peddled for coin.
Please help. Try this.
Huh?
I must have failed again. Thanks for being nice. Could you also try this one?
Huh?
What is this interaction? Is it that good? Yes. Well, something smells good. Harley, I borrowed this kitchen from Chef Mao. I wanted to cook something. Since Lantern, right? They've changed the way Chi-Chi speaks a bit. They've made her way more, like, full sentences. Which is weird. But I can't taste, so Chef Mao asked Guoba to help. Wait, why am I cooking? Let me check my notes. Oh, the notebook says, make a dish and freeze it to prepare for the excursion with Yao Yao. I don't need to eat, but Yao Yao needs to eat to grow and get taller. Will Yao Yao grow taller than Dr. Baishu one day?
That might be a tall order. Lol. But wait.
Don't worry. Yao Yao will be cute, no matter how tall she is.
Oh, yay.
We talked too long. The stove. Thanks for watching the stove, Guoba. Please, try this last one as well.
Definitely looks like a very impactful scent.
Master, look at this one!
Not bad, not bad.
Then we follow up right away with this move. Maintain balance, grip the spear rightly, leave no openings in front. Oh, Harley, how have you been?
It's been too long. Hello, Granny. Mind if I take a sneaky peek at your teaching?
Oh no, not at all. I'd love to show you how much I've improved. Hey, yeah!
Alright, child, continue. Date flowers on silken scarves flow, the ancient willows to the vast sands go. Start with falling dates, form 3, and let it flow into the ancient willow.
Falling dates is a poke, and then a lift. Ha!
Continue with cherry, form 5, and then transition into round flower, form 6.
Round flower, form 6. Master, how am I supposed to lead into it again?
The spear is in your hands. So long as your hands can flow from motion to motion, so can your spear. Begin.
Alright, we draw a circle, then rotate back, then an upward thrust. Ha!
Not bad indeed. Your spear work is coming together well. Still, your wrists are quite stiff when you transition, and your movements are jerky. You need more practice.
Yes, Master. I'll start again right away.
Oh, child. All right. Let's call it a day for now.
Huh? I wanted to practice a little more than we usually do.
A hard worker as always.
Well, as Master says, hard work sharpens skills, while idle indulgence dulls them. I'd like to ask Master for the next 2 days off, but I don't want to fall behind on my training either, so today's the day to work twice as hard.
Oh, child, there's no such thing as patching clothes in advance, you know. And speaking of that, come here. Let me retie your braids. They're getting a little loose.
Oh, thank you, Master.
Eagerness to learn is no sin, and what I said is not wrong. But much as braids cannot be too tight or loose, one might find a good balance between work and play. Play to your heart's content, and when you're ready to focus, come back and study hard. If your heart is set on play while your spear is in your hand, you will neither play well nor study hard, and achieve neither.
Alright, I've got it. I'll enjoy myself to the fullest then.
I'll go have some fun too. Good. Have you decided where you'll be going yet?
Yup, I'd like to go with Chi-Chi on a trip to Chinksa Village. It's the rainy season, so there should be bumper harvests. With luck, we'll get to pick some herbs along the way. Most importantly, the mountain trees will be filled with colourful leaves. I want Chi-Chi to see how beautiful they are for herself.
A fine plan. Go then, and take care on the road.
Don't worry, Master. I'm pretty good with the spear now. Good enough to protect myself and my friends. Oh, and Master, remember to eat on time and take care of yourself while I'm gone, okay? Alright, I will. Don't worry. So I can carry on practicing now? Fake flowers on silken scarves flow, the ancient willows to... where do they go again? Oh, right, I got it now. Ancient willows to the vast sands go. And one more time, cherry form 5 into round flower form 6. Ha! Lower your arms a little more and keep your balance steady. Aww. Oh my god, this is precious. No fucking way. Wow. It's beautiful. I'm so glad you like it. When I saw this view before, I just knew I had to find a chance to bring you here to see it too. I like it a lot. But... what's wrong? Did we have to walk too far to see it? No. Are you hungry then? Or thirsty? I've got some coconut milk in my bag. Would you like some? It's not that. It's okay, Chi-Chi. I'm here. I'm listening. Just take your time. I'll forget this place soon. Oh. Yeah, I know. I can only remember things I can write down. Things I can't write, I can't remember. I was so happy today that if I can't write it down, I'll forget. The color of the leaves, the whirling wind, and your hand, Yao Yao. I'll only remember your name. That's good enough. Hey, yeah. Huh? Hand. Don't you worry, Chi-Chi. I've got a great memory. I can remember all the phrases that Master teaches me to remember spear moves after only a few repetitions. Also, Yanfei's taught me some super cool, associative mnemonics. For example, some of the leaves we saw today were golden, like the bells in my head, and others were green, like the white jade radishes in my basket. Leave all the things you can't remember with me. I won't forget them, I promise. Besides, this isn't the only time we'll visit this place. We can come every month, or drop by whenever we feel like it. Master always says that diligence can make up for a lack of talent. We'll just visit this place more often, and who knows, you might just be able to remember it. Really? Of course, Master said so after all. I'm not sure if that saying applies here. Oh well, as long as they're having fun. Did I use the saying wrong again? I don't know, but I believe you, Yao Yao. Then let's make a pinky promise. I'm Streetwood Rambler's disciple, and my word is as good as my bond. Okay, I will write this down. This area is safe. I'll spend some more time with them before the sun sets. Right. Try this, Yao Yao. Oh, you cooked a meal too? I do happen to be feeling a little hungry. I wrote this one down. Wow, this is really good. Amazing even. Eat more, Yao Yao. You'll grow taller.
The grass did spring and sprout anew, and heaven and earth both verdant grew. After the rain, the wind blows gently, and the clouds are light. Looking out over the horizon, one's heart is opened wide. And then, should one happen to meet an old friend, Well, there could be no better day than this. Wouldn't you agree? That was the whole thing?
A refreshing night such as this is perfect for training. You know, whenever I recall the steps I've taken in the study of swordsmanship, memories of my journeys also flood into my mind. As such, no matter where I am, when I hold my blade, I feel as if you were right there with me. Shall we spar then? I wouldn't have it any other way. It seems the bamboo blade in my bag will finally see some use. I've heard many tales about you during my travels. I imagine you've gotten even stronger since we last met in Inazuma. It just so happens that I too have not ceased training, in which case let the blades in our hands tell of our experiences since our parting. Oh shit, we fighting Kazuha? Oh. Bro! I wanted to fight him, that would have been fun. Hmm? You seem tired. Run into some trouble, perhaps? Nothing but the usual minor problems one runs into while on the road. Such strength. Still, it is best not to push yourself too hard. Take a short break today. There are leaves nearby. I'd be happy to play you a tune. May its melody accompany you, from where the wind blows and into the distant future.
Could I trouble you to deliver this letter to Barbara-sama on my behalf?
No.
Please don't misunderstand. This isn't a private letter. It's an anthem that we of the fan club composed together.
I trust you remember the lyrics, then.
Well...
Mm-hmm. If you can't learn to patch up the holes in your story, then you shouldn't lie at all. In any case, you picked the wrong person from the get-go. Get over here, Harley. I'm done with my assigned charity work. So you did know I was there.
Charity work? Oh, please don't joke. If you really want to help me, then please enlighten me. I don't know how to express my feelings.
You are too old for her, my guy. Is Barbara the only person left in your life?
Of course! I'd give anything
What the
for
fuck?
her. Body and soul. She's so wonderful and...
Stop right there. I don't have time for this. Let me break it down for you. Prayers, performances, healing the sick. That is just a tiny sliver of Barbara's life. As a member of her fan club...
I'm club president.
You're the only member, aren't you? That's even more reason to do some soul searching. Looks to me like your admiration is only skin deep. Have you ever even thought of being more like your idol?
You mean that rather than having my eyes fixed on Barbara-sama all the time, I should go out and help people? And make them smile?
Yikes, you're giving me goosebumps. Go back and figure that out yourself.
Very well. Thank you, sister. I'll pass your words on to everyone in the fan club.
Yourself? Ugh. Don't tell them it was me. He's already run off. Enthusiastically at that. What a pain. I'm not interested in going around helping people. I'll need a few extra stiff drinks later. But you did help him in the end. That depends on him. Not that I care. Maybe you solved one of Barbara's problems too. Sure. That's a good thing at least. I'd say you've gone above and beyond with your charity work this time. I was going to invite you for a drink at Angel's Share, but it looks like you're drunk already. Better not let anyone from the church find out about this. It'll get in the way of my real job. What is your real job, ma'am? That took too long. Time to clock out. Already this late, huh? Morning prayers must have begun already. Forget it, I'll skip them. Did you stay up drinking all night? I'm working right now, you know. See that fresh face? He came into the tavern just when it was getting dark. Got straight to drinking and bragging with the adventurers. Anything suspicious about him?
He claims to be an experienced merchant from Liyue. The tavern's warm, but he's very uncomfortable, doing all he can to cover the marks on his skin with his clothes. And he's got freshly frostbitten fingers. You see them when he takes his gloves off to shake hands.
So he's been someplace cold, huh? Snezhnaya?
Yes, such as Dragonspine's foothills, before coming here for his own reasons. And as for the lie...
What sort of seasoned merchant would cross Dragonspine to get from Liyue to Mondstadt? Want to me as your guard, eh? Well, you've come to the right guy.
I've heard much about your deeds, Mr. Stanley. But I'm afraid... Oh, yes. We still don't have quite enough people.
I know this name. I've seen this name somewhere. I mean, his clothing looks like he's from Snezhnaya. I think he must be a Fatui guy.
See, a little bird told me that the legendary treasure hoarder, Big Sis of the South, has the batch of goods I'm moving to Liyue in her sights.
Stanley, want me to talk to Catherine about this and help this good gentleman out a bit? I wasn't planning on running any errands in Dornman Port anyway.
Ah, that would be wonderful. I can't thank you enough. Dornman Port, you say? Isn't that quite close to Mondstadt? That should make our route very safe indeed.
I think he's smuggling stolen goods.
Of course, I'll still need the bulk of manpower on my end instead. Money's no object, so just gather as many of your comrades as you can.
Thus giving you a chance to waylay the goods at Dornman Port, I presume.
What? What are you talking about?
Bro went from 0 to 100 so quick, what the fuck?
Come with me, my good gentleman. A warm tavern isn't the right place for what I want to talk to you about next.
Wait, sister? Is something the matter with him?
Since when does Big Sis of the South ever tip her hand before she makes her move?
Who is Big Sis of the South?
Luring troublesome opponents away from their posts. You treasure hoarders haven't learned any new tricks even after all this time.
Oh, he's just a treasure hoarder, okay.
I don't know any treasure hoarders! I'm innocent, you hear?
What I hear is that, as it just so happens, the Knights of Favonius caught some treasure hoarders making camp in the Dragonspine foothills. Since you're innocent, I'm sure you wouldn't mind coming with me to see them. They won't recognize you, will they?
You?
Don't even think about running. Exposing your back to me was a bad move. Come on then, I'll give you a choice. You can talk to the knights, or you can talk to me. Did the church send you to supervise my work? Don't tell me. Let me guess.
Was it Victoria? Barbara? Or Dahlia? What are you doing here, Rosaria?
The scenery here is pretty, and it pairs well with the wine. I can watch the children at the tavern from here. And most importantly, I can spot church members coming to drag me back before they see me.
Nice, sister. Your eyes darted for a moment there, and the wine glass left your lips. Were you that unsettled?
That's a normal reaction. The honorary knight here is both renowned and formidable. I've been absent for a good while today, so it wouldn't be surprising that Victoria's gotten fed up and sent her to catch me. I'll come quietly, don't worry.
Just how much work have you been skipping exactly?
I took off right after morning prayers. Barbara swipes all the minor tasks around the cathedral, and there wasn't anything major, so better I get some fresh air than stand there doing nothing. So, are you going to drag me back? Now would be the time to act. I've had a few drinks already, so I might lose even if I tried to resist.
Haha! I doubt Harley is the type to spoil the mood like that. I'd wager that should she face a chance encounter with gathered friends, the only thing she'd do is join in on the fun. Come, come. How about a drink with a little less ice? My treat. Thank you.
Keep it coming.
Rosaria refills her own glass without a word. Where were we? Ah, right. She's got loads of friends, and I know where I rank in that list. But you, Bard, you're the one who's been staring at her all day. You two need some time alone? Wait, what? Don't be a stranger. I'm just observing the varied expressions on an old friend's face. Just like you. We don't meet like this often. How about a toast? Why not? Thank you, good sister, for answering my prayer in my hour of utmost need. I just brought a bottle out from the tavern. No need to thank me. But in doing so, you kept everyone in good spirits. That's not something you can put a price on. As the beneficiary of that sterling deed, I would very much like to toast you on this most beautiful day. To our nameless sister. Thanks for the reminder. In that case, I shall toast the Animo Archon. Interesting. A devout follower of Barbatos indeed. To every free life lived under the sun. To our precious days of freedom. Cheers! Cheers! Cheers.
Oz, mine faithful familiar, do you mean to say that even should they grasp the Heiliger Edicta de Vertalang, the glorious revelations of the Immernachtreich will remain beyond their comprehension?
Yes, mein Fräulein, my sovereign, my noblest and gracious liege.
He says mine. They changed it. He always used to say main. Interesting.
Not only do your retainers in the Adventurers Guild speak your true name aloud, but they even named the Heiliger Edicta the official dictionary.
I don't think that's... Yeah, I was going to say that's not Oz's VA. Interesting.
They regard it as no more than a reference book meant for mere children to understand the basic facts of life, and they do not perceive, much less comprehend, the truths concealed within.
Why would they not just have it unvoiced? Why would they get a different voice actor in? The playable character he can't be replaced. Yeah, it's weird.
Alas, such lamentable mortals. Is this not a form of blasphemy? Surely it must be so.
Osvaldo, most loyal friend, I know how you feel, but be not wroth, lest the eyes of Hravnavins, which sever day from night, become blinded. Know that I, Fischl, remain the princess de Vertalang, the judge who presides over all the sin of this world, and she who sees all true knowledge of this realm. Behold, their true shapes have long been laid bare before the Auge de Vertalang, that of trembling lost sheep who wish nothing more than to embrace salvation. And so, in this, the sequestered store of sagacity soaked in stellar sheen, mine royal person shall, in the name of love and nobility, extend clemency upon the guilty masses, and forgive them the sin of their vulgar scorn. This I must do, lest their fates become forever sundered from the Immernachtreich, foremost and greatest of lands. I, the Prinzessin, shall never let such a dismal aeon come to pass. All you who pledge loyalty unto me, remember this, I shall raise you up, and like the brightest of stars shall you be, shining from on high in the eternal nighttime sky. Sing for joy, sing your praises, sing praise unto your Prinzessin. God, she's hard to read. Hey, official. How Ah, it is you, O traveller from beyond this world. The sight of you brings me great joy. Is it an audience you seek? Do not be so prim. Speak your desire. You are one who I have blessed, after all, and the Prinzessin will not be sparing in showing you her favour.
Oh, it's you, Fish... Your Highness, the Prinzessin. Well, we were just passing through, but since the ruler of the Immernachtreich has shown us your royal favor, then... please, bestow upon us Samora.
Mora? My lost friend, must you pursue that reprehensible font of reality and sin? The precise blight that I, the Prinzessin, mean to judge?
Mein Fräulein fears that the temptations of Mora would lead you astray. And might I add that, despite how it may sound, she is not simply making excuses because she cannot afford to honor your request.
Yeah, that did sound more like Oz. I wonder, isn't there normally an effect on his voice? Maybe it's the sound engineers. That was striking. You never know. Paimon's one true love might just be Mora.
That's right. The world's a big place with all kinds of dreams after all.
My eye!
Huh? What's wrong, Fischl? Are you ill?
Fear not, Paimon. Mein Fräulein is not ill, merely using her power.
I see it. Paimon, mine left eye sees your fate and its truth. The stars convene for you, and lost dreams float amidst the dark before dawnbreak, a veil impenetrable, even to a scribe who sees all secrets. That which weaves your fate is the golden thread of truth and wisdom. Your noble, pure self, it waits for you on a far shore without Mora. That is your truest essence, Paimon.
Really? Noble and pure? Is that the kind of person Paimon is? Paimon's kind of awesome.
Oh, I think Karina was sick when they recorded this. No, I cannot scry further, for even a Prinzessin who bears the Auge der Verurteilung is certain to become lost in your boundless, immaculate, phantasmal night. In the name of the Prinzessin, Paimon, you must completely purge from yourself the foul taint of Mora, that which means to plunge your world into darkness and despair.
Completely purge the taint of Mora?
I think she's saying you can't have even a single Mora to your name. Well, good luck starving to death.
That is precisely mein Fräulein's meaning. Not a single Mora.
It's also possible that the voice actor was sick when he recorded this. Because it does sound like he can't quite get the voice.
Not even one? Paimon's so sad. Hey, why are you all looking at Paimon like that? You don't seriously think she was asking for Mora, do you? It was a joke! It's been a while since we saw each other, so Paimon was just telling a joke. Because we're friends.
That's right, it has been quite some time.
Right! And it's so nice to see you again, Fischl. Oz. What are you doing here anyway?
Well then, has the time come to speak of business? Gladly shall I inform you then that this convocation is being held to revise the Heilige Edikte der Verurteilung. Convocation.
And what's that?
It is a manual circulated amongst my retainers, which they mean to use to interpret the glorious revelations of the Immernachtreich. It contains many errors, of course, but it nonetheless demonstrates mortal aspiration toward higher wisdom. As such, I shall permit its existence. This manual shall guide them toward the all-surpassing world, the terminus of the universe, the place of rest that shall shatter fate, the end of causality itself, the Immernachtreich. Squint in Star Rail.
Wow! That sounds super impressive. But what is it exactly?
Simply put, it is a tome that can translate mein Fräulein's speech into common tongue. As such, the adventurers have taken to calling it the Fischl Dictionary.
Ah, so it's official speak translation manual.
Yes, but please be aware that using anything other than its official title is quite disrespectful. It is formally named the Heilige Edikte der Verurteilung. We will have to make sure that this is noted in the revised version.
Wait a minute! So the book actually exists?
Could you show it to us? Of course, but not now, for there are still many errors in the present version, and I shall not have thee, O blessed one, struggle through that morass that lies between fact and falsehood. That agony, those shackles, I shall be the one to bear it all alone.
Mein Fräulein means to say that she will let you see the book once editing is complete.
See, if they need official dictionary, what's wrong with Oz? He is the official dictionary.
Wow, that's so nice of you, Official.
When might we expect to see it then? Fret not, traveller, for our bonds are as intertwined as the dawn and its light. The destined day when the Immonarch's great revelations are made known to you shall dawn without fail at the promised hour.
What mein Fräulein means to say is, will be done soon, stop rushing me.
That sounded a lot colder post-translation. Did you make a mistake somewhere, Oz?
My apologies. Allow me to rephrase. What mein Fräulein means to say is, come on, we're almost done, so don't rush me.
Yeah. So there was a stipulation against damaging any books in the collection, was there? Yet has that custodian mage of tomes never been cautioned, even in all her universal sagacity, to not make a foe of the Prinzessin?
Do not grieve so, mein Fräulein.
What's going on exactly? Ah, blessed one, have you come to bear witness to this most tragic of moments?
Tragic moment?
Yes, indeed, for this was the day destined, the promised hour, and yet we are foiled. All has been foiled at the hands of the custodian mage.
You mean Lisa? What did she do?
Ms. Lisa believes that scribbling on books counts as damaging them, and has thus taken the Heilige Edikte der Verurteilung out of mein Fräulein's hands.
She obstructs our royal way, an unforgivable sin. Unforgivable!
And while she is quite angry, mein Fräulein's unforgivables usually end up as forgivables. She does understand that it was she who was wrong in the first place, after all.
But can't you edit your own book?
Unfortunately, it is rather more complicated than that, for this text was penned not by mein Fräulein, but the adventurers of the guild.
Oh, so the official dictionary is about her, but not by her.
Indeed. Furthermore, it now belongs to the library's collection, and as such, it falls under Miss Lisa's custody.
Oh yeah, this is getting complicated, all right. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. Hang on, couldn't we edit the text so long as we got permission from Lisa and the adventurers?
It will not be hard to negotiate with the adventurers, but Miss Lisa will be trickier to handle. She appears to have anticipated this, having left the library right after confiscating the book. We do not know where she has gone.
So, even our cunning countermeasures have been uncovered? I should have expected nothing less from the mage who guards the universal repository of knowledge. Why don't I go talk to Lisa for you? Blessed traveller, I am thankful, truly, but do not underestimate the causality that lies between us. As fate has promised a moment to us, so I, Fischl, the sovereign princess and der Verurteilung, will make it come to pass. This I vow upon my noble name.
Oh boy, here she goes again.
Hear me, O custodian mage. Even you cannot defy the writ of apocalyptic destiny. Thee I shall summon, and thou shalt answer.
Quick, Oz, translate for us, would you?
Mein Fräulein is saying that she will get Lisa to agree somehow.
Oh ho ho! Is this the day? Has it come at last?
Mein Fräulein, the text has been proofread again, per your wishes.
O glorious revelations of the Immonarch! In the Princessin's name, shine forth your light and fill the earth with your radiant glory. Hey, official. Huh? Oh, greetings, Blessed One. Today is a joyous day indeed.
You certainly seem like you're in a good mood, Fischl. Is the issue with Lisa resolved?
As one might have expected of a mage who guards hidden troves of knowledge, she knew well, far better than most mortals, of the consequences of defying fate. Thus did she come to her senses and submit the Heilige Edicta der Verurteilung into my rightful keeping upon hearing the distant summons of the Immernachtreich. And that's all that happened?
Come on, Fischl. It's okay to admit that you had to ask her nicely.
Mein Fräulein speaks truth, in fact, with the sole qualification that Ms. Lisa handed over a fresh copy of the text. As it turned out, she left the library to seek the opinion of the Adventurers Guild, and also to print a new copy of the manuscript. Thus, we could make what edits we needed without damaging the copy that is in the library's care.
Ah, so that's what happened. Paimon knew Lisa always liked you, Fischl. She'd never make things hard for you just because.
Indeed, even I, who espies the causalities of 3,000 universes and witnesses the dying of 1,000 worlds, must confess a measure of respect for her virtuous reason. Oz, mine familiar, now that the Heilige Edicta has been edited, let us go hence unto her, and give her the royal salutations of the Immernachtreich.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Looks like we'll be able to read the book today. Oh, blessed one of mine, did I not say that the cord that binds us is as the dawn and its light, intertwined? Now then, I present unto you the promised fruit at the destined hour, the great revelation of the Immernachtreich, the Heilige Edicta der Verurteilung. The spiraling depths, the secret thoughts of the gods, the prayers of the end, all such answers may be found in this sacred tomb of everlasting night, and it is yours to peruse. Be enlightened and dance with joy. In the name of Fischl von Luftschloss Nafidort, I...
Mein Fräulein, we must be going.
Interesting. Fischl Dictionary. Die Neuauflage der Prinzessin. Editor's note. Know that both the Fischl Dictionary and the Fischl Dictionary, Die Neuauflage der Prinzessin, have as their proper name Heilige Edicta der Verurteilung. As such, incorrect nomenclature during formal occasions, such as literary award ceremonies, should the text be so fortunate as to win a prize, would be ill-suited, ill-considered, and quite frankly, ill-advised. Original text. Hark! I hear the searing winds of yesteryear that echo through the abyss of time, howling through that tower, forgotten in the torrent of causality. Translation: Stormteller's Lair. New translation. Hark! I hear the searing winds of yesteryear that echo through the abyss of time, howling through that tower, forgotten in the torrent of causality. Original text. An unforgivable sin, simply and irremissibly unforgivable. Translation. I am angry, but I shall forgive you. New translation. An unforgivable sin, simply and irremissibly unforgivable. Original text. In the name of Fischl von Luftschloss Nafidort, I condemn thee unequivocally. Translation. I shan't forgive you this time. New translation. In the name of Fischl von Luftschloss Nafidort, I condemn thee unequivocally. That's so good.
Ay. Xiangling, you smell wonderful today. Let me have another whiff, would you?
Smells great, doesn't it? This is the first of Yingar's new batch. She sent me a small box of samples. Oh, hey, traveler! Come over! Give this scent a try. What do you think?
It sure smells good.
Not bad. Got it in one. Your nose is as sharp as mine. The scent is really spot on too.
Is this an almond tofu flavored perfume?
Ding, ding, ding! That's right! Just a few days ago, I was passing by Yingar's place and saw her looking all worried, so I asked her what was wrong. She told me that she wanted to make some new perfumes that would be really appealing, but that she'd been racking her brains for days without any good ideas.
How many brains has she got?
So, She asked me if I could think of a scent that would be novel, popular, but also something completely untried by any other perfumer.
Interesting. She says perfume, not perfume, like other Americans.
So I said to her that most perfumes are made from flowers or plant extracts. So why not try making one that smells like food? It'd definitely be really fun.
Hey, yeah, fun is right, but there's just one teeny little problem. The longer you smell it, the louder your tummy starts to grumble. Hear that, Shangling? That's mine going, feed me, feed me.
Hey look, I'm starving too.
All right, no problem. Come on in, I'll have 2 plates of almond tofu ready for you in no time. Ooh, this perfume sure packs a punch. I wonder if she can maybe make some grilled tiger fish next time. Or golden shrimp balls, maybe.
Your cold was caused by the physical and mental strain you've been under lately, I fear. Such things are more common with the changing of the seasons.
Just prescribe some more medicine for me, if you would. I'll have someone pick it up in a few days.
As you say. However, while colds can be cured with medication, overexertion could cause it to reoccur.
Thank you for the advice, Dr. Baiju, but I simply cannot ignore the affairs of state. Alleviating the symptoms through your prescription should suffice for now.
I will write up some more nourishing dietary prescriptions. Please, take things slow and avoid weakening your body too much.
Yeah, you can't do shit if you're, like, sick. Ah, Harley, our distinguished guest. Is there some urgent matter at hand? Well, you seem like you haven't had enough rest, for one. I slept too little last night, and after getting up, there was a chill draft, so I caught a cold. I was planning to just deal with it using a bit of medicine, but a massive headache came with the package, so I had to invite Dr. Baiju over. My apologies, Dr. Baiju, for having to have you come over every so often to adjust my prescriptions.
Not at all. Diagnosing, treating, and saving people are well within my duties. But...
Then you know this too is where my duty lies, Dr. Baiju. The Ministry of Civil Affairs is the crossroads where many matters meet, all of which must be seen to with care. To that end, no amount of effort is too great. If you think just me having a headache is bad, imagine the number of people who'd get one if I were to just drop my work all of a sudden. And if everyone at the Ministry became overtaxed, I imagine Liyue Harbor itself would catch a cold then.
Here's the prescription. Please make sure you get enough rest, Lady Tianquan.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Huh? Where's Dr. Baiju? I guess I'll just have to come back in a few days. Harley, what brings you to Boo Boo Pharmacy? Are you hurt anywhere? Or have you fallen ill and need medicine?
I came over because I saw you were here.
Oh, nothing too serious. I just got distracted while descending a mountain a few days ago and sprained my ankle. I ignored it at first, but the next morning, my ankle hurt so much it felt like it was going to split open. I couldn't even walk. Fortunately, Ganyu came by to see me. She helped get Dr. Baiju, and he applied some medicine. Thanks to his excellent medical skills, I was out of bed and walking just after a few days. It doesn't even hurt now.
You sure you're fine now?
Almost, I'd say. I'm just here to get some nourishing herbs today. Don't worry, I know my limits. I'm out doing land surveys almost every day, and I don't know how many scrapes and bruises I've gotten along the way. It's not a big deal. Oh, looks like the doctor's here. I'll go get my medicine now. Talk to you later.
Yes, the biggest issue here is pricing. Oh, you're here. Come, sit. What are you busy with? I'm looking over the winery's recent production and sales reports. Don't worry, I just finished. Is there some trouble? I wouldn't go that far. It's just that the last grape harvest was adversely affected by the weather, reducing the yield. Elsa responded in time, and as such, there are no issues with the quality. What I need to do is settle on a price for them. Our supply has decreased, but demand from Mondstadt and beyond has not changed. At times such as this, pricing must be carefully considered. Scarcity drives value up. Precisely. When demand exceeds supply, some will seek to profit more. Our distributors are all thinking the same thing. However, Dawn Winery has no intention to gouge our customers. We've been in business for a long time, and purchasing our liquors and spirits has long become a part of life here in Mondstadt. Sullying the memories people have when they think of Dawn Winery in exchange for short-term profit is unnecessary. I'm not so poor that I'd stoop that low. So that's how a bona fide winery boss operates, huh? Is that so surprising? Elzo was actually quite quick to accept this reasoning. In fact, he went to meet with our distributors immediately. Ah, yes. It's been a while since you've come by. Would you like me to open a bottle for you? Well, we're here to visit you, so... No need to stand on ceremony then. I was in the mood for some apple cider myself, in fact. Would you like some? The first cup poured from a fresh bottle is the most fragrant. Here. How does it taste? If you like it, I can pour you another glass once you're done. Kokomi appears to have fallen asleep. Piles of documents line the table. Going through them must have expended a great deal of her energy. This is a rare moment off for her. Best not to wake her up. You wait for a while more. You unconsciously glance at the notebook that has fallen open on the table. Elegant writing catches your eye. Harley hasn't visited Watatsumi Island in a while. Energy -3. Perhaps we should find a moment when she's free to swing by and have a chat.
Oh, Harley, Paimon. What brings you here?
We've come to see you, of course.
Really? You're not playing tricks on me, are you? It doesn't look like it. Great! It's been a while since we've met on Watatsumi Island, hasn't it?
We've missed the Watatsumi Island life as well. This place is so beautiful, and there's so much good food to eat.
It's a deal then. Be sure to come back more often then, okay? Anyway, is there anything you'd like to do now?
Walk around the island together.
Sure. The weather's great today, so should we walk and talk?
I cannot do Kokomi.
We've been to Watatsumi Island so many times, but the views here are as breathtaking as ever. You know what? Once you find your brother, we might as well move here permanently. What do you say?
You'd be most welcome to, though I think you might have already embarked on your next adventure by then. Oh, I can have a room reserved just for your use, so you can drop by for a vacation anytime.
That'd be awesome!
How have you been recently, Kokomi?
Yeah, and let us know if there's anything troubling you. We'll help you out, no worries.
Me? Well, I really haven't had any issues lately. Harvests here have been good, and the security situation is much better than it was before. There's still much to do, but it's all work I'm used to doing, and well within my duties as the Divine Priestess. That said, I must say that all that familiar work, that familiar day-to-day, it was getting rather samey since you left, so I'm glad you're back to visit.
We're happy to see you too, Kokomi.
Ah! Your Excellency, and... Captain? You're back and you didn't think to tell us? Come on!
I'm not your captain anymore, you know.
You'll always be our captain in our hearts.
Your Excellency, Captain, we'll be organizing a bonfire party later. You want to join us?
Oh, a party? There'll be loads of delicious food, right?
Of course. In fact, I'll be handling the cooking myself.
Just once, there should be a time when the food is not delicious.
Are you sure your culinary skills are up to it?
Dumb. Let's party then.
In that case, I'll have someone send some ingredients over to you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We'll go start the preparations right away.
Looks like you're still pretty popular, huh? They all perked right up when they saw you.
Well, I do recall that you first earned their respect by proving your strength before becoming captain, despite having the letter of appointment. That sort of respect comes from the heart. If you should need help one day, I'm sure they'll be glad to fight by your side. Interesting. I miss those days. It's true. Sometimes I drift off during work and think about how you must be adventuring out there in the world, confronting all manner of difficult problems, even facing life and death situations. I regret not being able to always stand by your side and provide you with tactical assistance. But though we're far apart, I wish you all success in your journey and adventures to come. Let's go. It's almost time for the party.
Time to start the party. Nobody's going home sober, you hear me? Nobody.
Whose turn is it to sing now? Come on, you know who you are. You lost that round of rock, paper. Oh.
It's like 8 people here.
Captain, tell us a story about the other nations, will you?
Not long ago, we had a merchant from Mondstadt come in with dandelion wine. It was my first time drinking it, so I bought a huge batch of the stuff. They say that Mondstadt's home to a huge winery. That true, Captain? I'd love to go see it if I get the chance.
Is that Sunday's VA? I think it might be.
What a great time. Where shall we go next time, I wonder? I know. Why don't we take a trip outside Wetatsumi Island? Then you can show me around.